Welcome to the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium and the women's singles Class 6 gold medal match, where a new Paralympic champion will be decided. We have the world number 1 versus the world number 3, Malia Alieva, taking on Marina Litvichenko. It's the Russian Paralympic Committee versus Ukraine. And what a final we have in store today. That's how things look. That is the order of play. Kicking things off, as I just said, the women's singles Class 6 gold medal match, followed by the men's singles gold. But first of all, what a prospect we have on our hands with this women's singles. That's how they've reached the gold medal matches. And it's interesting looking at the form of these two players, isn't it? Especially with Maliak, she's only dropped 2 games en route to this gold medal match, and she is looking in fantastic form, the world number 1.
Yeah, she is. Litvichenko hadn't dropped a game, though, in this preliminary stage as well as in the semi-finals. So the world number 1 is looking well also. But this is a finals match, and the best of the best awaiting us. The two of them have played 12 matches against each other in the last, well, 19 and 18, since of course there were no matches and tournaments in the last 2 years. But Litvichenko won 8 of those, so 8-4 in head-to-head, and is expected to win, or at least she's expecting to win, no doubt, in this match also. But it is the Paralympic Games. That is a competition for itself in its own league, and anything can happen on this table. The ball is around, as we say.
Absolutely. You mentioned the head-to-head there. Of course, they haven't played since 2019, and a lot can change in that time.
Yeah, that has been a problem for all the para-table tennis players coming up to Tokyo. Almost none of them had the chance to compete in the last 2 years. A lot of training, but it doesn't really tell you where you stand in comparison to your competition.
Indeed, and we'll find out today. A new champion will be crowned, a new Paralympic champion. Will it be that woman there, the Ukrainian Litvichenko? She already has an impressive CV. She won bronze in Rio. This is her 2nd Paralympic Games.
And representing
she took the World Championships in 2018 in singles, silver in the teams event, so she has an impressive CV already at just 30 years of age. But that's the woman at the other end of the table, Malia Alieva, European champion. She said she's come here to win a medal of any colour, and she's already done that. She will be guaranteed at least a silver here today. But of course, when you get out on that table in a final, you just want gold, don't you?
Yeah, every time you come to the table, you want to win. I mean, if you didn't, then what's the point? However, at the end of the day, if you don't in the final, I think most of the players will be happy with a silver, or at least will be proud of their result, and also pay off the many years, not just last 2 or last 5, that they've put into this competition.
Ladies and gentlemen,
absolutely, a Paralympic medal is what every athlete wants to take home. That's what every athlete wants to add to the collection. So players inspecting each other's equipment, and it's important to know what you're up against, isn't it?
Yeah, they've had a chance to do that in the call area already, but just one last check to make sure that everything is up to standards. The players know each other well also, so this wouldn't be a surprise for neither of them. I doubt any of them changed their racket or their style of game in the last year, because it just doesn't go that fast. But perhaps for those of us who are new to table tennis now, we are in women's singles class 6, 11 classes in para table tennis, 1 through 5 for sitting wheelchair players, 6 to 10 for standing, and 11 for athletes with intellectual impairments. So generally speaking, the lower the number of the class, the highest the impact of the impairment the players have. And we are in class 6, so this means these are the most impaired standing players, and will have probably some difficulties moving around the table. So this is something that the opponent will, of course, try to take advantage of as much as possible. We can see the players will play with some pimpled rubbers, which is as opposed to the smooth rubbers meant to slow down the game, slow down the ball, kill the rotation, and of course allow the players more time to come back into the right positions to make the shots.
It's fascinating, isn't it, the tactics used in this game, from so many options with the equipment. We'll just have a 2-minute warm-up now before we get underway.
Yeah, the more the person is impacted by their impairment, the more they're looking into the tactical aspect of the game, and of course into different rotations, different rubbers. Here a change of the racket for Litouchenko. Each player can have 2 rackets normally registered and checked out, so this was nothing irregular. She can decide freely which one she wants to use.
So Reiko Tanaka is our umpire for today. We have 2 Japanese officials overseeing this gold medal match. There's the other, Setsuko Aoki.
Yeah, the Paralympic Games, a highly selective competition for the officials as well. Only the best in the world, the international blue badge umpires, can participate. All, of course, with the aim to provide the players at the most important competition with the best officiating. The rules of the game here the same as in Olympic table tennis, so best of 5, that's the only difference, not best of 7. The first players to win 3 games wins the match. 11 points needed to win a game with the minimum margin of 2 points.
And as an athlete who's competed at this stage, you've competed in the Paralympics, what's going through your head at this point?
Well, I only played 1 final in the Paralympic Games, managed to win it, so that was good. No, of course, a certain amount of pressure is off because you're sure to medal whichever way it goes. But as you said, everyone wants to win once reaching this point. And at the start of the game, it's about trying to start strong so you're not behind and under pressure throughout the game later on. Litouchenko left-handed also. That's another thing that's considered an advantage, of course, in all racket sports. But mainly just because it requires the opponent to kind of do a 180 on the tactics, on the system of the play, and they're not used to playing against left-handed players most of the time, simply because there's not as many of them as right-handed players.
It's an especially useful asset in doubles, of course, if you have a right-hander and a lefty as well.
Yeah, a bit less so in the wheelchair play, because there the players would tend to hit each other then with the racket. That's something I have experience with. But with the standing, yeah, it's an asset. An even start so far. So we'll let this is one of the things that in stand-in para table tennis, the serve rule that dictates that the ball should cross the end line of the table rather than the sidelines when bouncing off the opponent's side does not apply, but it does only in the sitting categories, so 1 through 5. Here, basically, in the standing, every serve goes, unless, of course, it touches the net.
Litovchenko has managed to open up a 3-point advantage. Some slight daylight between her and Alieva. And it's amazing, isn't it, how quickly a game can turn. We saw early on they were matching each other point for point, and now Litovchenko has a healthy lead.
Yeah, just a mistake or two, or Litovchenko perhaps switching on her game mode finally. Another thing is the warm-up. The players will have warmed up before the game, but then they are waiting for the match in the on-call area, and that's where you'll cool down no matter what you do before. So it might take the players some points, perhaps even a game, to fully develop what they want to do on the table.
Four game points then for the Ukrainian. She only needed one. 11 points to 6. The first game goes the way of Litovchenko, the world #1 with the early advantage. So the athletes making their way back to the table for the start of game 2, and it is Litovchenko of Ukraine who took that first game by 11 points to 6. A strong start from the Ukrainian.
Some cheering up from the crowd as well. Well, the crowd is perhaps not the right word here, but since this is the end stage of the competition in singles, of course there will be teammates and other team members who have the time to come and support their players.
And every bit of support helps, of course, doesn't it, at this stage? You want to hear people in your corner.
Definitely nice wide out serve here. To start off, at least at the beginning, there would be more backspin pushing like now. And the players waiting for the opportunity to open up. Litovchenko much more successful in that. Once again. Alieva some troubles reading this serve. It is an advantage, of course, to serve. The player is able to control the game, or at least the start of it. Forehand attack working well for Litouchenko when she gets an opening from Alieva's pimpled rubber on the backhand.
Well, she's really racing away with it now, isn't she, Litouchenko? Really found her rhythm.
Yeah, well, she could afford this serve mistake, although there's never a good time to do something like that. But she's in a comfortable lead, and now with 7 game points in this second one.
Well, Alieva saved one, but she couldn't save the next, and the second game goes the way of Litouchenko, the Ukrainian leading by 2-0. So some last-minute words of advice as the players get themselves back in position for game 3 rather. And this is an absolute must-win for Alieva of the Russian Paralympic Committee, because if that woman there, if she wins this game, she is taking home the gold medal.
Set up that forehand opening for herself. Litouchenko had to do it twice though before it was enough for the first point of perhaps this last game of this match. It does look like Litouchenko will run through this third one as well. Well, at least Alieva's not ready to give it up.
She's not down and out just yet.
Quickly closes in. Oof. Nicely saved net ball by Litouchenko, and then some luck for her as well with that edge. Ah, that was just perfect down the line placement. Back to a 3-point advantage. First down the line, then cross table to make sure Alieva wasn't in position to return the second one. Well, there we are. 7 match and gold medal balls for Litouchenko. And she is now the reigning Paralympic as well as world champion. Double crown for her.
Well, what a fantastic achievement for the Ukrainian. She raced through that match. In just 15 minutes it took her to dispatch her opponent. She now takes home the Paralympic gold medal, as you said, to match her gold medal from the World Championships. And what a stunning performance from her. Absolutely dominant from the off. 11-6, 11-4, 11-3. She absolutely cruised through that, didn't she?
Yeah, that was easy, you could say, if you didn't know athletes and table tennis. But yeah, she looked very strong, very convincing, and congratulations on her first Paralympic gold.
And the way she's playing, I'm sure there will be more to come. Match statistics then at just 15 minutes to take home that gold medal. 3 straight games she won. I'm sure Malia Alieva will be back. She's just 26 years of age, taking home a Paralympic silver medal, of course, a huge achievement. Just outclassed on the day by the Ukrainian. And that is a well-deserved victory.
So, women's singles class 6 winner Maria Litouchenko from Ukraine. Silver gold medalist, perhaps not the happiest person on earth at this moment, but she will no doubt be satisfied and proud of her achievement here as well. Malia Alieva.
Absolutely.
Paralympic runner-up.
And in her first Paralympic Games as well, to take home a silver medal is just a fantastic achievement.
let's offer some facts surrounding the Paralympic Games Tokyo 2020. We'll start with one I'm pretty sure you will not have heard of. It's a fascinating one. To help those with vision impairments recognise the difference, Tokyo 2020 Paralympic medals by touch. A series of circular indentations have been included on the side of the medals for the first time in Paralympic history. One indentation represents gold, two distinguishes silver, and three identifies bronze. Braille letters also spell out Tokyo 2020 on the face of the medal.
それではここでこの東京2020パラリンピックのトリビアを少しご紹介していきましょう。まずこのメダルなんですが、視覚に障害がある方が触れて識別できるようにパラリンピック史上初めてメダルの外側に側面にくぼみが設けられています。円形のくぼみです。1つのくぼみが金メダル、銀メダルは2つ、銅メダルは3つという具合になっています。またメダルの表面には点字で東京2020と書かれているんですね。
5 years ago, the Rio 2016 Paralympics smashed TV viewing by recording 4.1 billion cumulative audience throughout the world. That's incredible. But with more broadcasters than ever before covering the action, Tokyo 2020 is expected to surpass that figure.
世界中で見られていますこのパラリンピック競技ですけれども、振り返ってリオ2016年のパラリンピックでは累計視聴者数が41億人でした。テレビ視聴の記録を塗り替えました。これまで以上に多くの放送局が中継を行うことで、この東京2020、41億人を上回ることが期待されています。
The Beijing 2008 Paralympics acted as a trigger to build more accessible infrastructure across the country of China. Now, this included some of the most popular tourist attractions. Elevators and wheelchair ramps were installed in the Great Wall of China, for example, and accessibility was also improved in the 600-year-old Forbidden City and Imperial Palace. Well, according to figures from the Office of National Statistics, 3.85 million persons with disabilities were employed in Great Britain in 2018, nearly 1 million more than before London 2012 Paralympics. Now that truly is a legacy.
パラリンピック競技大会が行われることでいい影響がたくさんあります。振り返って2008年に開催された北京パラリンピック、これをきっかけに中国国内では人気の観光スポットを含めてよりアクセスのいいインフラが整備されました。例えば万里の長城、エレベーターや車椅子用のスロープが設置されました。600年の歴史を持つ紫禁城や故宮でもバリアフリー化が進められました。また国家統計局の数字を見ますと、2018年にイギリスで雇用されていた障害者385万人で、2012年のロンドンパラリンピック開催前よりもなんと100万人近く増えています。
Well, with two more medals events and teams, table tennis continues being the third sport in the Paralympics in number of participants after athletics and swimming, and this demonstrates the outstanding status table tennis has in the Paralympic movement. The increased events appear in the team competition, one of the change for Tokyo 2020 for the first time. Both losing semi-finalists receive bronze medals. There's no playoff match.
さあ、そしてこの卓球なんですが、パラリンピックでは陸上、水泳に次ぐ第3の競技として参加者数が増加しています。パラリンピックにおける卓球の地位、非常に高いものとなっています。また団体戦の種目が増えました。さらに東京大会では初めて準決勝で敗れた2人の選手に銅メダルが授与されます。3位決定戦は行われません。
10 minutes away from our next action, our next final, and in the meantime look towards the video board. Let's look back on some of the finals from yesterday.
さあこの後男子シングルスクラス8の決勝戦も控えておりますが、ここで一つ卓球会場昨日のハイライト映像をご覧いただきましょう。スクリーンにご注目ください。では選手ご紹介していきましょう。まずインド代表。
This is the men's singles Class 8 gold medal match featuring Zhao Zhuhai of China and Viktor Diduk of Ukraine. It is the world #1 against the world #2. That is a matchup definitely deserving of this gold medal match for sure. We have the defending champion, the Chinese athlete, who won back-to-back Paralympic titles. He took gold in London, he took gold in Rio. And he's here fighting for gold again. But that man will have other ideas. The athlete from Ukraine took gold in Rio in the team event. 5th in the singles. He's a former world champion and the world #1.
Of China,
中華人民共和国代表
Zhao Shui.
Yeah, another thing speaking in the Ukraine's favor is also their head-to-head. 5 matches only in the last 5 years for these two, and 4-1 in victories for Viktor.
And separated in the world rankings by just 1 place. There you go, world #1 versus world #2.
Second final of the morning.
And
Let's
for
introduce to
Zhao
you
Zhuhai,
the
a chance to
umpire.
take a 3rd consecutive Paralympic gold, and that is a huge incentive, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the Paralympic gold is as good as it gets. Of course, the main prize in para table tennis and many other sports. 5 years the players had to wait for these games. 2 years to have another competition. The last 2 years they didn't even have an international tournament to compete in, so this is a treat on one hand, and on the other also a bit of an uncertain situation since they don't know how they stand against the opponents. These two faced each other the last time over 2 years ago already at the Slovenian Para Open in 2019, and each took a match at that time. The Ukrainian won in singles and the Chinese in the team event later.
Well, it is an intriguing matchup. We are going to have a red-hot contest on our hands, I think.
そして2017年以来アジアチャンピオンでもあります。アジアゲームズも2010年と14年
The Ukrainian 5th in Rio 5 years ago. One huge improvement for him. He's taking home a medal no matter what happens, be it silver or gold. That's quite a leap from 5th to potentially Paralympic champion.
Eager chess player as well, so this might help him in terms of tactics. His amputation, a consequence of a cancer diagnosis in 2008. Zhao, on the other hand, had his arm amputated after a car accident at the age of 4 already. Now you might ask if he's playing, if he only has one arm missing, what does that mean for table tennis? Well, if it's his dominant arm to start with, then of course first of all it meant he had to use the non-dominant arm to play, and another thing is the balance of the body. The arms, non-playing arms in table tennis are very important for core body balance and to make the right shot. So it's not like you can just pick and choose whichever arm to go with and you don't need the other at all.
Zhao's route to this gold medal match. He's only dropped 1 game en route to this final, as opposed to his opponent, who's had a couple of 5-game matches. Do you think that matters at all, whether you've had a relatively easy route, winning your matches by 3 games to love, or do you need to be challenged a bit more, do you think?
Well, it might matter in terms of getting tired or even physically exhausted, but these players, at least at the Paralympic Games, only have 1 match or maximum 2 of them in a day, so it shouldn't be that important. Of course, the Ukrainian did get a bit more time in the venue on the table, so that might be a plus as well.
Well, we will see at the end of this match how things stand. The Para-Asian Games champion from China taking on the former world singles champion.
First game, Diruk to serve, Lavo. One, love.
Lucky from the very start.
Love, two.
This is class 8, of course. Standing classes 6 to 10, meaning we are somewhere in the middle in terms of mobility and speed, and you can see both of the players with the offensive attacking style of play. Rubbers as well.
3-1.
Zhao especially able to move around the table very well with his legs. It might be confusing for some people to see players who look so different to play in the same class. To clarify, of course, classifications are made by expert classifiers, doctors, and of course each class is described in detail on what constitute an impairment and what not. So all aimed at providing the most possible equal level in terms of impairments for these players. And since they are close at the start of this match, as well as on the ranking list, apparently, despite looking different, they're quite on the same level.
5-3.
Well, it's a really aggressive start, isn't it, from the Ukrainian?
Yeah, it is moving away from the table as well, giving himself a lot of space and also a little bit more time to get to that shot. Leg work extremely important in standing matches, something I unfortunately can't tell you too much about, but yeah, it's, I would say, 80% of the shot, since it brings you, or doesn't, in the right position to do the arm movement.
That was wonderful positioning and great vision from the Ukrainian.
He returned the favor right away, Zhao. Had a nice idea now for attacking with the backhand down the line. Just missed the table. Down the line shots, of course, more difficult to make because it requires more wrist control. And that was first game ball defended by Zhao.
And a second.
Anderson.
And tie break.
Oh, what a comeback from Zhao.
2-point margin needed now to win this game. The players will alternate the serve after each point. Five consecutive points by Zhao at this stage.
Well, frustration on the face of Dudok. He had the opportunity to close this out.
Yeah, after 4 game points, he now is fighting to stay in this game. Great placement for Zhao. Surprised Diduk, who was waiting to take the shot with his forehand.
Well, Zhao is fired up now, isn't he?
Yeah, it looks like he needed the first half of game 1 to warm back up, to find his pace and his game, his play. Cleaning the table, of course. Any dust, sweat would interfere with the bounce, the traction, and in these Corona times, it's always safety first. But that is an exciting one right from the start.
16-14, hard to imagine he was at one point 10-6 up. Can he close it out now, Duduk?
His 6th game point, you could see. Still not enough. Finally, 17-15. What a score for game 1. That goes to Zhao Shuai of China.
Confirmation then of the scores, 17 points to 15. It was Victor Duduk who had a healthy lead. He was leading by 10 points to 6. Couldn't close out the game, but it was the Chinese who prevailed. It took him 11 minutes to do so. And he wins game 1. So Victor Duduk, how can he atone for throwing away all those game points in the first?
That's of course a big mental disadvantage as well at the start of this second game. Which shows.
It's so important, isn't it, for him to stop his opponent's momentum after he got the better of him psychologically in the first game.
Now normally you would see the players are required to throw the ball when serving with their non-plane palm straightened out, but of course these players can't do that. So another thing that is written in their classification cards is how they're allowed to serve.
Okay.
Duduk finding his pace now.
It's 2 great points for Ukrainian.
Yeah, but you can see how fast this all goes. Unfortunately, I find television and camera don't exactly do table tennis justice. It is much faster live, and especially if you're sitting or standing behind a table. And another thing that is impossible to spot on camera unless you know enough about table tennis to to watch for the arm movements and rubbers is the spin of the ball.
Yeah, there's so much going on, isn't there? Reaction time has to be so quick. Anticipation as well as to what your opponent's thinking, what they're going to do next. There's so much going on, isn't there?
Yeah, I believe I've read somewhere that as reaction times go, table tennis players in general come only behind firefighters, pilots.
That's pretty quick.
Five, six.
5-6. Still close together. But Zhao now maintained the 2-point lead when Diduk served. Towel break allowed every 6 points played.
Plenty of emotion from the Chinese, plenty of support from the coach.
Yeah, each player is different in what they need or what their mental approach to the game is. Some prefer to keep calm and deeply concentrated. Others need to fire themselves up.
He is fired up, isn't he?
And really wonderful down the line shot. Diduk was too short, not fast enough. And once again, but on the other side of the table.
That has brought up game points for the Chinese. 5 of them.
Diduk very much in trouble in this game too. A small present or ray of hope to Diduk by Zhao.
Well, there was no repeat of the first game where we saw a scoreline of 17 points to 15. Zhao manages to wrap that one up by 11 points to 7, and he takes a 2-game lead here in the gold medal match of the men's singles Class 8.
Third game, Diduk to serve, Labo.
And we're already in game 3 back at the table in this men's Class 8 gold medal match between Victor Diduk and Zhao Shuai. Zhao took the first 2.
The pressure really on the Ukrainian now. This game is a must-win if he's to keep his gold medal chances alive, and he's made a good start.
He was in great position in game 1 as well, but lost that one in a exciting tie-break. A clear win for Zhao in game 2 though. Oh.
4-love.
Edge ball. Fortune favors the brave, let's say.
Let
Well, at this stage, you'll take a point in any which way you can when there's a gold medal at stake. Much better start from Diduk.
4-0. Score 4-0.
Oh, that's a really strong and perhaps even surprising start by Diduk at this time. But yeah, it was about time he did that if he wanted to stay in the fight. Short towel break, you could see how hot the players are. Tokyo, of course, extremely hot at the moment. The venue would be air conditioned, but since air conditioning can't interfere with the airflow right around the tables, it wouldn't be very cool down there.
What a turnaround this is.
Diduk won 13 out of 20 games they played against each other. So he should at least take one of Zhao in this match.
And we've seen his progress throughout this tournament. He has had 2 5-game matches.
Stop, not ready.
So he's used to going the distance.
Yeah, Zhao will have dropped only his second game in this competition if Diduk manages to bring this one to a close for himself. A bit lucky, but brilliant. Diduk was nowhere on that side of the table. Oof, this is brilliant rally.
He's producing some great shots, isn't he, when the pressure is really on.
No time to sleep in a Paralympic final, though. I'm not sure he can turn it around once again. 4 more game points for Diduk, but we have seen that before.
Yeah, if anything is possible. How about that? That was decisive, wasn't it? That winning shot. 11 points to 6. Diduk registers his first game of the match, and that was a must-win for him, producing the goods when he needed to. He's now given himself a chance of staying in this gold medal contest. 11 points to 6. Diduk takes the third. Game 4 about to get underway. It is Zhu of China who has a 2-game-to-1 advantage over Diduk, who fought back in the third.
Zhao to serve, Labo.
What an angle that was.
Both stepping up now as the game and the match progresses. Bit unlucky, hit the ball with the edge of the racket. Attempting to attack from the very start. Second one in a row. And that's not a coincidence anymore. Quite a few winners now.
Yeah, some really high quality table tennis on show here.
Too soft of an attack by Diduk. What a shot by Zhao. Wins him a 2-point advantage. Diduk didn't make this mistake twice. Right on the ball from the very start in this rally. Back to an even score.
6-4. 7-6.
And this time net not on Diduk's side. A touch to the net, of course, alters the speed, the spin, the direction of the ball significantly. Use his serve well now, Zhao. If he does it, he can take this game and match. It's really interesting that they keep winning points when the opponent serves. Usually having a serve would mean an advantage for the player. It's not turning out that way in this game 4 at least.
This is a really, really intriguing game, isn't it? Really nothing to separate the players at this stage.
Twice against the net, once on the table, once over. Nice save by Diduk. Luckily for him, Zhao wasn't accurate enough on the return. We're back to 9, and if not to a tie-break, then at least to this minimum margin of 2 points to win the game.
And that's gold medal points for Zhao. But just one of them, no room for error.
Didn't really stand a chance in this one.
Oh, what a shot to produce under pressure.
Now, will this be the tie-break to decide the match? Oh.
Well, that is 3 Paralympic titles for Zhao Shuai of China. First London, then Rio, and now here in Tokyo.
What a way to finish the match. I couldn't really get excited at that lucky touch of the ball, but no doubt about the excitement over his third singles Paralympic gold medal.
3 consecutive Paralympic titles. He's come here to Tokyo, successfully defended the gold he won in Rio, and he adds the Paralympic title to the Para-Asian Games Championship. He won 3 years ago. Big smiles from Zhao, and I'm sure a big smile behind that mask for his coach as well. A deserved victory, very nervy moments in game 4, but he produced it when it counted. And the gold medal for the men's singles Class 8 stays in China. The match stats then just over 34 minutes played. Duduk did well to fight back and win that 3rd game, but ultimately the better man won on the day.
So next up we have our first victory ceremony of the day relating to our first match of the day. which was the women's singles class 6, and that will be immediately followed by our third final of the morning, and that will be the women's singles class 7 gold medal match.
さあ試合が終わったばっかりですが、この後準備ができ次第女子シングルスクラス6の表彰式が行われます。それに続いて女子シングルスクラス7の決勝戦も控えています。
Well, the winning match ball, a memento to take home along with his gold medal. A huge moment for Zhao. Dejection for Victor Diduk. But nevertheless, he takes home Paralympic silver. He was 5th 5 years ago in Rio. Huge improvement. World number 1 might look a bit dejected now, but once he's on that podium with his hands on that silver medal, I'm sure it'll be a very different story. Just wasn't his day today. Outclassed by a clinical performance from that man there. The 3-time Paralympic champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's singles class 6.
皆様、ただいまより女子シングルスクラス6の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
メダリストをお迎えください。
The medals will be presented by
メダルの贈呈は
Ms. Corinne Biora, Finance Director of the International Paralympic Committee.
コリン・ビオレ IPC ファイナンスディレクター。
Accompanied by
続きまして
Mrs. Petra Sorling, Executive Vice President of the International Table Tennis Federation.
ペトラ・ソーリング国際卓球連盟上級副会長。
Bronze medalist representing RPC and representing Germany.
銅メダリスト RPC およびドイツ。
Reza Chebanika and Stephanie Grieber. Silver medalist representing RPC.
銀メダリスト RPC
Milak Aliba. Gold medalist and Paralympic champion representing Ukraine.
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオンウクライナ。
Marina Litovchenko. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Ukraine.
皆様、ウクライナ国歌の演奏です。
Ladies and gentlemen, the Paralympic medalists.
皆様、パラリンピックメダリストです。
So our first victory ceremony of the morning is completed, and so we move on to our third match of the morning. It's a gold medal match in the women's singles class 7, and it will feature RPC against the Netherlands.
今日午前中のセッション、まず1つ目の表彰式を終えたところです。この後試合としましては女子シングルスクラス7決勝戦が行われます。 RPC 代表対オランダ代表のカードが控えています。
This is the women's singles Class 7
Ladies and
gold
gentlemen,
medal
please
match
welcome the
featuring
athletes for
Kelly
the
Van
women's
Zon of the
singles
Netherlands
Class
and Victoria
7
Safanova
gold
of the
medal
Russian
match.
Paralympic Committee.
女子シングルスクラス7決勝戦選手入
World
場
number
です
4 against world number 1 in the world ranking, but actually Kelly Van Zon has won 30 out of their 37 matches. No wonder. She is the reigning Paralympic champion as well, Kelly Van Zon of Netherlands. The last 2 titles went to her, as well as did the World Championship gold medals 3 times in a row.
オランダ代表
Yeah, a really accomplished player, the Dutch. And there she is, Kelly Van Zon, as you said, Rio and London champion, world champion. Took bronze in Beijing, European champion. There's not a lot she hasn't done in the sport.
Yeah, well, losing is one of the things that she hasn't done much in this sport. She's won every single competition internationally that she participated in since 2009, except for the 2 European championships in 2013 and 2017.
An incredible record.
Third
World number
final
1,
of the
Kelly Van
morning.
Zon,
Yeah, let's introduce you
Victoria
to
Safanova,
our
the world number 4. As you said, these two know each other very well. Van Zon with the significant advantage in the head-to-head, but Safanova herself, a Paralympic medalist. She took bronze in London. She's a former European champion. Didn't play in Rio.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, and that's because she switched nationalities from Ukraine to Russia in 2016.
Final this morning, representing RPC, we have Victoria
And now, of course,
Safanova,
representing
twice
Russian
European
Paralympic
champion
Committee.
in 2013 and again in 2017.
What an impressive
She has
athlete
also
Kelly Van
won
Zon is.
silver and
33
bronze
years of age.
championships,
She'll be
the
turning
latest
34 in a
being
couple of weeks' time.
2019.
And
At
to
the
have won
Paralympics
back-to-back
in London, she
Paralympic
won the
medals and to be here
bronze medal.
challenging for
She
a
was
third is
member of
really
the
quite
team
incredible,
that
isn't
won
it?
gold in Bratislava for the World Team Championship
Nothing but
in
the gold,
2017.
no doubt, counts for her
33-year-old,
here.
she's ranked number 4 in the world.
では選手ご紹介していきましょう。まずは RPC 代表ビクトリア・サファノバ選手です。2013年、2017年
Women's
2度のヨーロッ
class
パチャ
7.
ンピオンに輝いています。
Para table tennis played across 11 classes. If you haven't joined us before, 1 through 5 for wheelchair sitting players, 6 through 10 standing, and 11 plus 11 for athletes with intellectual impairment. The lower the number of the class, the highest the impact of the impairment. So class 7 just in the lower half of the standing classes.
There's our umpire for today, Khaled Zaki of Egypt.
2018. Her dominance in the European Championships is very impressive, picking up a medal at every one since
Interesting to look at
2005.
Van Zon's progression through this tournament to get to this gold medal match. She hasn't had an easy route here. She's
number 1 in the world.
had a 5-game contest in the group stages. She's taken to 5 games by Anne Barnier de France. She's only won one of her matches in straight games. That was the opening match of her campaign against Claudia Perez of Mexico, but the rest have been 5 and 4 games.
A big deficit for all the players, of course, the fact that there were no international competitions in the last 2 years before the Paralympic Games. So despite having an extra year to train to prepare for this this tournament, the players don't really know where they stand as compared to their competition.
Well, we will find out. Gold medal match underway.
An aggressive, strong start by Safonova. She probably knows she has no time to warm up here against a player like Kelly Van Zon. cute tattoo of a table tennis racket and a ball on Kelly Van Zon's arm, if you'll notice. Table tennis, of course, is the life for all these players. Now, because movement or mobility is more limited here in the lower classes of the standing, of course, that's exactly what the opponents will try to do to each other. Move from side to side of the table. To prevent the other from coming into the right position for the perfect shot. Safonova now taking back the lead with 3 consecutive points.
Well, nothing to choose between them at this stage.
There's that small lead of just 2 points for Van Zon again. At the right time, now making the difference. Small gift for Safonova. It still only needs 2 more points to win this first game. Kelly Van Zon. Best of 5, so the first player to win 3 games wins the match. That was called. Not to Van Zon's advantage in this case.
It's 2 game points to Van Zon. She celebrated as if she's already won the game.
It is an important moment, and this lead.
Well, the apology from Van Zon, but she wins the first game by 11 points to 8. Slim margin, but important to get that first win on the board. Van Zon a game up. Well, Kelly Van Zon, the defending champion, was certainly tested in that opening game. Safonova throwing everything at the Dutch athlete, but we are here for game 2.
Van Zon added the 89th game to the number of those won against Safonova. Only 34 Safonova so far took off her.
It's an impressive statistic.
No doubt just goes to show how dominant Kelly Van Zon has been in the past years, but that is an extra added pressure in a situation like this. Safonova with nothing to lose, so to speak. Starts really well with this tomahawk type of serve for some switch up. Surprisingly, only the first point now at 5-1 for Kelly Van Zon. Staying aggressive, Safonova.
Yeah, she seems to have found another level, doesn't she, after losing that first game by such a slim margin.
Suffering a bit of a breakdown in her game, Van Zon, in this second.
1-7.
Excellent serve, but with the help of the net.
2-7.
Another tomahawk surprise. Very effective. And so was this deep backhand down the line serve. Caught Van Zon off guard right from the very start.
Well, a real comeback from the Russian athlete, isn't it?
Yeah, just marvelous, actually.
And she takes game 2 in impressive fashion. She made that look easy. Safonova takes the second game by 11 points to 3. to level up proceedings here in this gold medal match. So the scores so far all square here in the women's singles class 7 gold medal match. Stefanova to open game 3.
Oh, what a shot this was. The ball bounced off the holder of the net actually, but that is considered a part of the table and counts.
1-4.
Some nice exchanges from both of them. Good placement, moving Kelly Van Zon far to her forehand and then switching off to backhand where she wasn't in the right position to return. Once again from left to right.
Well, Stefanova certainly dictating things here in game 3.
Yeah, I was wondering whether game 2 was just an upgrade in Stefanova's performance to such a high level, or was it Van Zon that somehow broke down? But it does seem that this rhythm continues in game 3. For now, it looks more like it was Stefanova who needed the first game to warm up, to really get her game mode on.
Yeah, and she's certainly done that now. Definitely found another gear. 4-point lead now for the Russian.
More importantly, even only 2 points away from her second game.
make that 1 point away. She has 6 game points. What a turnaround for Safonova.
Really great conclusion of this second game for Safonova, game number 3. And we have 2-1 in women's singles class 7 final between Viktoria Safonova, representing Russian Paralympic Committee, and Kelly van Zon for Netherlands.
Players are poised and ready to start game 4 of this women's singles class 7 gold medal match. Kelly van Zon with work to do. This a must-win game for her.
The statistics do speak in her favor, but we have seen quite a few upsets in this Paralympic singles tournament.
And certainly the scoreline looking a lot healthier for Safonova. After a slow start, she came roaring back. Dominated games 2 and 3.
Producing that turnaround, Kelly van Zon now. I'm sure Safonova wouldn't want to go into game 5.
No, she hasn't played any 5-game matches so far this tournament, Safonova.
Quick towel break, as things are not going her way in this 4th game. Every 6 points played, the players can go to the towels. A good short serve. Now, if any of you have watched sitting wheelchair matches in para table tennis, you'll know that the ball is supposed to cross the end line of the table when it reaches the opponent's side of the table after the serve. That rule does not apply in standing para table tennis matches. So all goes here in terms of the serve.
That's brilliant accurate, aggressive play from Van Zon.
Another such attempt, just a bit missed on the wrist movement here with the shot.
5-9.
Closing in on this fourth game, Van Zon, and this is what she needed to do. She needs to send it to 5 if she is to defend her Paralympic title.
Five, 10.
5 game points then to even things up here in this gold medal match for Kelly Van Zon.
And there we go. We will see game number 5 in this women's singles class 7 final match as Kelly Van Zon takes game number 5 against Viktoria Safonova.
Kelly Van Zon, the defending champion, makes her way back towards the table for game 5, the decider of this gold medal match. Will it be a new champion that we see here in Tokyo? Will Van Zon take her 3rd Paralympic title back to the Netherlands? It's all to play for in game 5.
It was a touch and go now for a second. The net decided to go in Safonova's favor. At this point of the match, of course, you take anything you can get. Even in this game 5 as well so far. Wonderful change from the forehand side to the backhand of Kelly Van Zon by Safonova. Earned her 4th point. When the first player reaches 5 points in game 5, they have to switch the sides of the table, all in an attempt to make it as equal as possible. So they will do this now.
Well, these are nervy moments, aren't they, with things on a knife edge, evenly poised. Two games apiece.
5-4.
They will have been a bit more relaxed at the beginning since they both have a medal guaranteed, but now it is this chance for the gold.
It could go either way.
Deep into the backhand side by Safonova, who didn't manage to find the right angle on her racket. Oh, this is not the way to win it. Generous, but no doubt unintentionally.
You can't afford to give away too many of those points.
6-4.
An edge for Safonova now. So looks like they are tied in terms of some luck as well.
Well, that's a 2-point lead for the Dutch player. That's her biggest lead so far this game. And will she be able to build on that? Will Safonova peg her back, as we've seen her do throughout this match? Timeout called then.
1 minute for both players, or for the one who took the timeout. Allowed once in a match for each player.
And I'd say it's good timing for the Russian Paralympic Committee to call this timeout, with Van Zon taking a 2-point lead at this stage.
Yeah, it is the make it or break it also in this game 5. So should Van Zon win another point, she'd be very dangerously close to deciding the home match for herself.
Now, will the timeout have broken Van Zon's momentum? Let's find out.
The Dutch national Paralympic team supporting Kelly.
Huge scream from the defending champion. She is within touching distance of that gold medal now. That brings her even closer. 3 gold medal points.
For the 3rd gold at the Paralympics. I'm sure she saw that ball on the table already. The net interfered.
Kelly Van Zon, what a champion. 3 consecutive Paralympic table tennis titles.
Huge congratulations for that turnaround in this match. And of course, yes, for her 3rd consecutive Paralympic title.
And what a champion, coming back from the brink. Safonova, what a fight she put up. She really gave it her all. She really challenged the defending champion, but to be able to turn things around like she did, what class, what character, what resilience, what skill. The gold medal stays with the Netherlands. Kelly van Zon taking home her third Paralympic gold medal. She did it in London, she did it in Rio, and she's done it again here in Tokyo. Sharing the news, I'm sure, with friends and family back home. And rightly so. What an achievement for Kelly van Zon.
Women's singles class 7 final, as you can see in this match statistics, goes to Kelly van Zon, who actually won less points than Victoria Safonova in this match. But they were proportioned correctly across the 5 games they played.
Yeah, unfortunately for Safonova, you don't win matches based on points, you win it based on games, and that was a really valiant fight back from the Russian Paralympic Committee athlete, but ultimately van Zon's class and experience showed on the day. Her hand is shaking with excitement, no doubt. I don't know what time it is back home in the Netherlands, but I'm sure her family will still be up watching this remarkable achievement from a remarkable athlete. There is a memento to take home, the winning ball from this gold medal match. She can add that to a collection of winning match balls, as well as her collection of gold medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony in men's singles class 8.
皆様、ただいまより男子シングルスクラス8の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
メダリストをお迎えください。 メダルの贈呈は
Mr. Tony Sainsbury, OBE, member of the Paralympic Order.
トニー・セインズベリー OBE パラリンピックオーダー受賞者
Accompanied by
続きまして
Ms. Shiraishi Murko, Vice President of Japan Paralympic Tennis Association.
白石美恵子日本肢体不自由者卓球協会理事長
Bronze medalist representing Ukraine and representing the People's Republic of China.
銅メダリストウクライナおよび中華人民共和国
Maxim Nikolenko and Peng Shuai-Nan. Silver medalist representing Ukraine.
銀メダリストウクライナ
Victor Diduka. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem, the People's Republic of China.
皆様、中華人民共和国国歌の演奏です。